Hi everyone, myself Manju Salmani. Welcome to all of you Salmani Butterfly Dreams, I Inspire YouTube channel. Today I am going to take maths classes for a class 10th. In this session, I only take basic things of a first chapter, that is real number. In that real number, we learn some basics. Those are prime numbers, composite number, sign conversions, divisibility rules, rational and irrational numbers, some basic fractions, fractional addition, fractional subtraction, fractional multiplication and divisions, some basic concept we learn. Before going to the actual chapter, watch this video, dear students.
In our lives, we often make unnecessary comparisons with others, become sad, and curse ourselves. This leads to a vicious cycle of unhappiness. You should learn to be happy with what you have instead of looking at what you don't have. There will always be someone who has more or less than you do. If you keep comparing yourself with others, you will never be happy. A person who is satisfied with what they have is the happiest person in the world. Don't compare yourself to anyone in life. If you do so, you are the saddest person in the world.
Okay, without wasting the time, shall we start a session? In a basic, first we know what is a prime number and what is composite number. The prime number, if any number having only two factors is called as a prime number, or a number is only completely divisible by one and itself number is called as a prime number. For example, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13 are the prime numbers because they only completely divisible from one and itself number. Those numbers having only two factors. Next one is a composite number. Composite number means if any number having more than two factors is called as a composite numbers. The composite numbers are 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, so on. One important note is number 1 is neither prime nor composite because a number 1 not having more than two factors and it is a common number. Note down, dear students. Prime numbers, if any number having only two factors is called as a prime number. If a number is only completely divisible from one and itself number is called as a prime number also. For example, I given 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, and next is a composite number. If any number having more than two factors is called as a composite, and also so on. I already did an important note also. Okay. Next basic thing is a divisibility rule. We must know at least three divisibility rule. Divisibility rule by 2, divisibility rule by 3, and divisibility rule by 5. These divisibilities are helped while solving the prime factorization, so that the divisibility rules are: the first one, divisibility rule by 2, all even numbers are completely divisible by 2. For example, 64 is the even number, so that it will completely divisible by 2. Again, 960, 256,000, etc. These are examples for a divisibility rule because these numbers are completely divisible by 2. And another is a divisibility rule by 3. It says that the sum of all digits of a number is product of 3 are completely divisible by 3. It means, for example, I take two examples here, 393 and 1095. In a 393, we must add digits of a number 3 plus 9 plus 3 equals to 15. 15 is a product of 3. That's why a number 393 is also completely divisible by 3. And again, another example is 1095. Sum of digits is 1 plus 0 plus 9 plus 5 is equals to 15. 15 is also a multiple of or a product of 3, so that it can completely divisible by 3. Another divisibility rule is the divisibility rule by 5. It says that if any number is ending with 0 or a 5, those numbers are completely divisible by 5. For example, 1000, in that 1000 or 100 having the last 0, or another example, 5695, here the ending digit is 5. 6935. Here also ending digit is 5. If any number having ending with 0 or a 5, it will completely divisible by 5. These divisibility rules are, I already says that it will helps to finding the prime factorization of a given number. The next basic thing is sign conversion, how it will convert right to left and so on, and also what are the integers and how to calculate the integers additions, subtraction, and also multiplication. Those things we can learn here. Sign conversion, in a sign conversion the plus will change into minus. When go to this side, minus will change into plus, into is change into divided by symbol, divided by is change into this, vice versa is also happen. And also the plus is a positive integer and also minus is a negative integer. I already written the rules of integer. If we add or subtract two numbers, there is a rule, that is, if any two numbers having the same sign, add those numbers and put their sign. For example, here I taken one example, minus 7 minus 5. Here having the same sign with a different number, 7 plus 5 is 12. The number having negative sign, that's why those are negative integers. Another example is plus 8 plus 3 is equals to, both of having the same sign, that's why we can add 8 plus 3 is 11 plus 11. And also another rule is, if any two numbers having a different number, different sign, subtract those numbers and put the greater number sign. For example, here I written the examples. For examples, minus 7 and plus 5. Numbers having the different sign, here is the negative sign, here is the positive sign. That's why we subtract both the number. 7 minus 5 is 2. 7 is a greater number having the negative sign is minus 2. Another example is plus 8 minus 3. Here is also a different sign. We subtract 8 minus 3 is 5. Greater number having the positive sign, that's why it is plus 5. And also we can take a bracket as a product. For example, 3 bracket 5 means 3 into 5. The value of 3 of 5 is 3 into 5, 3 5s are 15. That's why we take the care, bracket means a product, 3 into 5 is equals to 15. And also a multiplicative sign changes, that is a plus into plus is equal to plus, plus into minus equals to minus, minus into plus is equal to minus, minus into minus is equal to plus. This is the multiplicative sign conversion. And also it is also same for the division rule. Plus divided by plus is also plus, plus divided by minus is also minus, minus divided by plus is also minus, minus divided by minus is a plus. Same rules belongs to a division rule also. So that these integer topics are very important for the real numbers chapter. Next basic thing is a rational number and irrational number. The rational numbers are the one in which are representing any number in the order of p upon q is called as a rational number. We can't representing in the order of p upon q is not called as a irrational number. Here also I mentioned a rational numbers representing a number in the order of p upon q is called as a rational number. Rational number are there, for example 3 upon 5, 1 upon 2, 9 upon 10. These are the rational numbers. Irrational numbers, if any number count representing in the order of p upon q is called as irrational number. Irrational numbers are the root values, root 2, root 3, root 5, pi, etc. These root values are infinite decimal values. That's why these roots are called to be irrational numbers. For example, here root 4 having a root is 2, root 9 having a root is a 3, but these numbers having a decimal root countless infinite decimal number, but these roots having infinite decimal numbers. That's why a pi and root 2 and other things are called to be irrational numbers. Next we go for fractions. In a fraction we learn fractions, types of fractions and some problems. A fraction is a part of a whole number. Mainly we learn three types of fractions. One is a proper fraction, another one is improper fraction, another one is a mixed fraction. A proper fraction, in this fraction, a numerator is greater than the denominator is called as a proper fraction. This is a proper. And a numerator is greater than or equal to a denominator is called as an improper fraction. For example, pi by 3 or 5 upon 5. These examples are belongs to improper fraction. Improper. And third one is 5, 1 upon 5. This problem having a whole number with a proper fraction is called as a mixed fraction. This is mixed fraction. Mixed fraction. We just recall how the proper fraction, how the improper fraction, how it is the mixed fraction. A proper fraction is 1, numerator is greater than the denominator, improper fraction is the 1, denominator is greater than the numerator, or numerator and denominator are same. A mixed fractions is the one which will having a whole number with a proper fraction. Regarding the problems in fraction, we must know how to solve these type of problems. Put is equal to and dash. Here a denominator is 5, put 5. Where is the single number? We just identify and multiplied a denominator with that number. A 5 5 is 25. 25 plus 3. 25 plus 3 is 28 upon 5. This is the answer. Another problem is equal to and put the dash. Here the denominator is 3 and 3 5 is 15 minus 2 is equal to 15 minus 2 is 13 upon 3. Look here, dear students. First we put a denominator and where is the single number is there, that number is multiplied with a denominator. 5 5 is 15 sorry 25, 25 plus 3 is 28, 28 upon 5. Here is also same, 3 5 15 minus 2 15 minus 2 is 13. Go to the next problem. Is equal to and dash. Here is the denominator is 7. Here is the single value. We multiplied denominator with that value. 7 2s is 14. Here is plus 6 plus 14 is 20 upon 7 is the answer of this one. And also is equal to dash, here is the denominator is 3, here is the single value, we just multiply those values. 3 ones are is 3 minus and 4 4, 4 minus 3 is 1 upon 3. This is the answer for this question. And also this is the is equal to dash, here the denominator is q, we just multiplied a single number. 3 3 q's are 3q minus p, both are heterogeneous type, we can't do further. Is equal to dash, here is the denominator is q, multiplied a single number with a denominator. 4q's are 4q plus p, this is the answer, is equal to and dash, denominator is q, q 5's are 5q minus minus p, this is the answer. These type of problems are very important while solving the number, prove the number as a irrational number. In a first chapter, these problems are very important. These are all basic. Other fractional problems, a fractional addition. First we check how it is. Here is a denominator is 3, here is also denominator 3. If the denominator of two numbers is same in addition, the LCM of both numbers is again that number only. If the LCM is the same, we just do straightly. 1 plus 4 is 5 upon 3. Here the denominator is 3, here the denominator is 5. So equal to first put a dash. If the denominators are different, use a cross multiplication method. First we multiply a denominators, 3 5s are 15, and cross multiplication 2 5s are 10 plus plus and cross multiply this one, 3 1s are 3, 10 plus 3 is 13, 13 upon 15 is the answer. And subtraction problems in fractions, we put is equal to after a dash, here is a 4, here is 4, the denominators are same, that's why LCM is the same. If the LCM is the same, do the subtraction in a straight way. 5 minus 1 is equal to 4 upon 4, 4 ones are 4 ones are, the answer is 1. Here the denominators are different. If the denominators are different, we use a cross multiplication method in addition, in a subtraction also. 7 5s are 35, cross multiply 5 5s are 25 minus 7 2s are 14 is equal to 25 minus 14 is 11 upon 35. And another problems in a multiplication, we multiply or we divide problems numerator with the denominators only. Numerator and numerator, denominator and denominators can't be divided anyway. Here there is no division happen, here is also there is no division happen, here is also not happen, here is also not happen. In that case, we straight away multiply numerator with the numerator and denominator with the denominator. 6 2s is 12 and 5 7s is 35. This is the answer for this. Here numerator and denominator does not having any division. 9 and 16, here is also not happen. Here 4 ones are 4 4s are, cross division is happen. 3 ones are 3 3s are, Again, we just multiply numerators with respect to denominators. 1 3 is 3, 1 4 is 4. The answer is 3 upon 4. Division, division of fractions. We do the division by this way, 3 upon 5. Division is not done directly. It will convert into a multiplication problem. After that, do the calculation. Multiply. In this case, we change a numerator as a denominator, denominator as a numerator. 20 is go to numerator, 18 is come to denominator, and 3 ones are 3 6 are 5 ones are 5 4s are again 2 twos are 2 threes are is equals to here in this case after that the division is not applicable. We just multiply numerator with numerator and denominator with denominator respectively. 1 twos are 2, 1 threes are 3. These type of fractional additions, subtractions, multiplications and divisions we must learn. These are helps to solving problems in real numbers very fastly. These informations are help to you, I hope, so that watch this video and share this video and subscribe my channel Salmani Butterfly Dreams and support me at any time, and thank you.